Hi guys! Alright, I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. On the 9th, Scott Pilgrim the movie will be released, and you'd know this if you watched my What Gifts to Give Girls video, but I love Scott Pilgrim, and not just the movie with Michael Cera in it. I love the comics. Got them all. And so I'm super excited. And you all who watched, I think I mentioned it in 2 or 3 separate videos. 3, I think. That I was Audrey Hepburn for Halloween, but I was also Ramona Flowers. In Toronto, I dressed up as Ramona Flowers. And a thought occurred to me that maybe some of you guys, I know it's not Halloween, but maybe some of you want to be Ramona next Halloween after seeing the movie. Or maybe some of you guys want to dress up for the movie release or something. So I thought I would tell you how I did it. I will show you how I do the hair and the makeup, and then I will tell you what I wore. Alright, so for Ramona Flowers' hair, the first thing you have to do is separate even things like this. Now, if you have really short hair, instead go to Sally's or Hot Topic and get those like 2 wispy hair extension things. So if you already have short hair, you don't have to do this part. This part is just for people with long hair. Oh, and before I do the hair, I sprayed blue hair stuff in my hair on Halloween. This is empty now, but that's what I did on Halloween. You could pick any assortment of colors. If you've seen the movie, she had those colors, but really anything works. And we're going to go off of this picture. Actually, any of these pictures work. Like, what's good about Ramona, being Ramona, is that you could just flip through the comic book for the clothes, but we'll get to that later. So for the hair, if you have long hair, you want to get it evenly sectioned off for these little wisps in the front. And then you're going to take clips like this and, well, it's kind of ridiculous, but you want them separate from the rest of your hair. So anything you feel, you could bobby pin them, you can clip them. This is the easiest way I could think of. And then you want to section off some of your hair back here. Just because if you have thick hair with lots of layers, this next part will be harder if you've got it all up and about. And this is where bobby pins come in. Just make sure you have a ton, and make sure that they're just bobby pins that you don't care about, which probably most of your bobby pins are bobby pins that you could stand not wearing again, because it's like $1 for a pack of 60. And these do not match the color of my head, and that doesn't matter because they're going to get spray dye on top of them. For the sectioning off, make sure that you've got your top layers all up. And then just grab hair and pin it back. What you're going to try to do once you've got most of your lower layer hair pinned up is you're going to try to cover it as much as you can with your top layer hair. But it is hard, which is why you want bobby pins that you don't care about, because you're going to spray over them. This is not foolproof. Which is why you're really lucky if you happen to have short hair, which I've had in the past. I've had very short hair, because you will not have to do this whole process. Alright, got that pinned back. Then we open up the bobby pin, and not bobby pin, clip. And as you can see, not all of it is top layer. Some of it is hair that still needs to go into the pins. So this is about when you grab all of your top layer hair and clip that back up. And time for more bobby pins. Alright, and release your hair once you're sure that you've got it pinned back as flat as your head and as good as you can get it. Flat to your head, sorry. I can't talk. There you go. As you can see, this piece of hair, actually these ones too, are not quite short enough, because that's just not how my layers work. So since it is a top piece though, if you have hair like that, carefully bring it back so that it doesn't look too bad. Like, because you don't want what's showing in the front to be all bulgy. I use that word a lot, I don't know why. Bulgy? It's not even a normal word. And I'm feeling around my head right now, and it seems like a lot of the bobby pins are hidden, but I'm sure they're not. But it's okay. You want to take your comb and just lightly comb back your hair. Now, if you had wanted to straighten your hair, you would have done that before doing this. But when I did it the first time, I did it afterwards, and it did work. So if you're doing this with me, and you're like, oh my god, what the hell, it'll still work. Still be fine. I would just recommend doing it before. So you can, hair kind of looks crazy. If you have hair like mine, you might have wanted to straighten. And brush it, and you'll want to like do what you can to make sure it looks together. I would have straightened. And you can still straighten these parts pretty easily because there's no bobby pins in the way. It's just the back parts that you'd worry about. So actually now I'm going to straighten this. Alright, so since this isn't a lot of hair, I will be using my plugged-in mini flat iron. It is so small, so cute, and so teeny. Very good for traveling. I got this off of Sally's. Before you straighten, it's good, always use heat protectant spray because there's nothing attractive about frying your hair. I don't heat spray my whole, like all of my hair. I just focus on the ends because I do have greasy hair, but the ends still fry. So I don't want my hair to look greasy, but I don't want it to be fried either. It's very tough to situation. So now that your hair straightener is heated up, just go at it. You shouldn't need to do much. Like if you were straightening your whole head, you would section off, but you shouldn't have to do too much of that since most of your hair is away and you're just dealing with the front bits. But as you can see, my hair's kind of, I wouldn't say my hair's very thick, but it's definitely not thin, so this is a bit of a challenge just to do this quickly for you. But take your time, because you want it to look good. Now would be the time for last minute bobby pin adding in the back. And make sure that you don't bobby pin the hair that's supposed to be covering up the bobby pins. So that would be counterproductive. But you'll find that you have a pretty big bulge of hair in the back. But I mean, it works. From the sides, it looks fine. Oh, there's a bulge. Piece of hair. This is something that just needs so many bobby pins that it's crazy. But again, if you have short hair, just go out and don't buy them in your natural hair color. Buy them in the color that you're planning on spraying your head. Buy those little wispy things. Very inexpensive, and you don't even have to get the real hair kinds because this is dressing up. I'm not quite sure what it looks like in the back. Kind of scared to see because this is the kind of thing where you'd want to have someone be there to check for you, because if this does look too bulgy in the back, I can't really do anything about it at this point. So have your friend help you. But yes, this look does work for your hair. It worked fine on Halloween. Now we're going to do our makeup. You can do this before or after you do the hair. I don't think it really matters. But you'd want to do your face probably the way you normally do it. So you get your foundation. Lately I've been just putting it on with my finger. I use Revlon Photo Ready Foundation. I am a Ivory.